Hey guys, um, it's me. Um, welcome to the Monday makeup of Storytime Sunday. I was supposed to do this one yesterday, but I got too tired. It was too late in the evening when I started doing the other one, so that's why I didn't do this one. So this is the Monday makeup of Storytime Sunday 20, not 23, 33. And it's called Cinderella, and it's already been pre-recorded. So enjoy. Um, just wait a second till I get it up. I've searched the world, but it couldn't fill me. Man's empty praise, treasures that fade are never enough. That you came along and put me back together. Now every desire is now satisfied here in your love. Oh, there's nothing better than you. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing. Nothing is better than you. Oh, there's nothing better than you. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing. Nothing is better than you. You turn mourning to dancing. You give beauty for ashes. You turn shame into glory. You're the only one who can. You turn graves into gardens. You, t- you turn bones into armies. You turn seas into highways. You're the only one who can. I'm not afraid to show you my weakness, my failures and flaws. Lord, you've seen them all, and you still call me friend. 'Cause the God of the mountain is the God of the valley. And there's not a place your mercy and grace won't find me again. Oh, there's nothing better than you. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing. Nothing is better than you. Oh, there's nothing better than you. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing. Nothing is better than you. You, you turn mourning to dancing. You give beauty for ashes. You turn shame into glory. You're the only one who can. You turn graves into gardens. You turn bones into armies. You turn seas into highways. You're the only one who can. You're the only one who can. You're the only one who can. Oh, hi guys. I didn't mean to do the whole song, but I guess I kind of did. That was, if you're wondering, that was Graves in the Gardens by Elevation Worship, written by Brandon Lake, Chris Brown, and Stephen Furtick. I believe they wrote that song. One of my favorite songs right now. So, and they have a cool EP with a whole different bird with about six. I think it's about six or five different versions of the same song. My favorite version, if you want to know, is the Elevation Rhythm version, which is their youth kind of sector of music. It's good. Elevation Rhythm rocks. I said to myself this morning, that being an adult sucks. Elevation Rhythm rocks. Anyway, go ahead, check it out. Graves in the Gardens, the EP, five different versions. It's awesome. And they also got the English album and the Spanish album of Graves in the Gardens. So check them out. Free plug, I swear. Okay, back to business. Here is Twisted Cinderella. Monday Makeup, Storytime Sunday 33. Enjoy. Welcome to the Storytime Sunday, 27. This story is called Twisted Cinderella. Um, the story is about this man, his not man, but this teenager. His name is Sam. His parents were in a band, and they traveled around the world. Uh, his father was the drummer, and his mother was the singer. And so he grew up around music. His childhood was so happy and good. But what happened was his mother his mother was in an accident and she died tragically. And um, his his father married um, this no his father died. Oh yeah, his father died and married, and his mother was so distraught that she married this man that was not really nice to Sam. And this man had two brothers, Ford and John. And Ford and John were just, they were nice to Sam around his mom, but when his mom wasn't there, they were mean. and his stepfather didn't stop them. So one day, his mom uh, went to the grocery store, and there was a gunman, and the gunman shot his mom and killed her. And now Sam was left with this stepfather that wasn't very nice, and these stepbrothers that wasn't very nice, and they before Sam's parents died, they were musicians, but they also owned this restaurant. And when Sam's parents died, the restaurant was taken over by his stepfather and stepbrothers, but they were so awful. They both were awful. All three of them were awful, and pretty soon they made Sam kind of take over the whole restaurant. They wouldn't do anything. Um, and the staff hated all three of them. There was this wonderful elderly man, the cook, and the wait staff and everything, and who would manage the place but Sam, who would wait tables when people were away. Sam, he did everything in this restaurant, and he also did everything at home, and his stepfather and stepbrothers took all the credit. And he was, when he was 16, all this happened. His mother died and stuff when he was a little boy, and his father died when he was a little boy. But when he was about 16 or 17, a famous pop star, uh, Rachel Berna, was coming to town. Rachel Berna is something like um, Ariana Grande or something like Britney Spears. She's a huge pop star, and she's been a pop star forever. But her parents are so uh, not really good parents. Like all they care about is getting her next song and all of that stuff. And what happened is that um, Rachel, she's a huge pop star, but she's really lonely. And she's doing all this cheesy love song stuff that she doesn't really care about. And she's dressing skimpy and all that stuff, all that it takes to be a pop star. But inside, she's really lonely and not being authentically herself. So one day, as a promotional thing, she comes to Sam's, she comes to the restaurant, and then to do like a promotional shoot. And Rachel's rich and has everything, but she is really lonely and really wanting something more, and not even wanting to sing anymore. Like, because it's become all about her looks and all about being sexy and being popular and getting likes and being an influencer. She has over 10 million followers, but no real friends, nobody that really knows her. So what happens is Rachel, after the promotional shoot, um, Rachel has this limo driver who is really nice. Like her limo driver is really nice. Like really takes care of her. The woman's like a mother to her, and they've been friends since she was little. And what happens is Rachel leaves her purse at the restaurant, at Sam's restaurant, and she has to say, she says, "Oh, I gotta go back for my purse." So she goes back for her purse, and when she goes back for her purse, she hears Sam singing, "Crazy, I'm crazy for feeling so blue. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. I you love me as long as you wanted, and then someday you will be for somebody new. Why do I let myself worry? What in the world did I do? Oh, crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying. I'm crazy for crying. Yes, crazy for loving. And she joins Sam in singing that. And when it's over, like there's something in the room, like I just came to get my purse, and he says, "Oh yeah, I got it. It's it's here," and he goes back in the room, back in his locker, and gets her purse. And she says, "Thanks." He's like, "Wow." He, she's like, "Wow, you have a really good voice." He's like, "Well, my parents were musicians, um, but they both died now. But I well, the music bug bit me from very young, so yeah." And she's like, "It was great singing with you." And he's like, "You too. Hey, you should be you should be almost doing songs like Patsy Cline." He's like, she's like, "I don't think it'll sell. I don't think my parents would go for something like that." Yeah, you're probably right. And then they laugh, and then there's this thing between them. And the next day, um, after like a photo shoot or whatever, her parents says we need to go to a meeting. Uh, Stacy will take you home. Stacy's the driver, so they go to a meeting, and instead of Stacy taking her home, she asked Stacy to take her to the restaurant, Sam's restaurant, and Stacy says, "Okay." And then like they wait till the stepbrothers and stepfather are gone, and and she sneaks into the restaurant, and Sam is cleaning up tables after closing, and she decides to help him because um, the restaurant's a mess and nobody's there to help him. And he says, "Oh no, you don't have to do that. You're a pop star." She's like, "Trust me, I want to." And he says, "Okay." And then they start talking and talking and talking, and they know they they seem to have a lot in common. He sings, she sings, but they're kind of both of them hiding who they really are from the world. He's hiding that he wants to be a musician, and she's hiding the kind of musician that she really wants to be. Not the sex symbol thing that they've got her being, but a real serious musician that makes music to change the world. And they both talk about music. And in that conversation, um, the next day, she stops by again. She makes another excuse to her parents, and she stops by again. And she, in that conversation, uh, she said, if he says yes, or if you had one wish, what would it be? And she says, well, if I had one wish, it would be to go to prom, because she hears all these kids talking about high school prom and how they want to go. And he's like, I thought you were going to prom. He's like, I'm going to prom, but I'm going there to put on a show. I mean, my wish would be to go there and dance and get kissed by a boy. He's like, oh, you haven't been kissed yet? She's like, no, but I thought you were the most popular girl in school. She's like, I I am. I have a lot of people that want to be associated with me and want my name, but I don't have a lot of friends. And I just really want to go to prom and get a real kiss. He's like, who knows? It might happen. And then on the night of prom, her mother sets her up with this vain jerk who doesn't even deserve a name. He's a jerk. He's so into himself and into his celebrity. I think he's an actor and he's so into himself and whatever. And then she says to her parents, I just want to do the show, but after I do the show, I want to be a regular kid. I want to dance and have fun. And her parents reassured her that, yeah, she could. So she sang her set and she was getting ready to dance and have fun, but cameras started to chase her and everything was starting to be a disaster, and she was like, she had to run out because the media started chasing her. Security had to rescue her and really started um, So she didn't get her dream kiss that she wanted. And then after she hopped into the car, um, she told her parents, "Mom, I wanted just a regular prom, a regular night to be a regular girl. I did the show, and all I wanted was to dance and sing and have a good time. Not to be set up with some douchebag who was only interested in having me on his arm because I'm a pop star and celebrity. Um, uh, and I just wanted one night to be a regular kid." She said, "I can't believe this." And she said, "I can't believe this." So she leaves the car, she leaves the limo, and sneaks behind, oh, she leaves the limo and slams the door and waits until the paparazzi's gone and waits until um, everyone is gone, and then slowly she walks. Um, she's walking and she walks to Sam's restaurant because it's not too far away, and the restaurant is closed, but Sam's in there cleaning, so she knocks on the door and says, it's being open," and makes a sign for him to open it up. So he opened up the door and he says, "How was the prom? Did you get the kiss that you wanted?" She's like, "No, my parents had paparazzi planted after the show, and to make things worse, they set me up with this douchebag of a date." And she's like, "I just wanted one night to be a regular." And she's like, "Don't worry." He's like, "Don't worry." He's like, "Don't worry, I'll be right back." And then he goes away, and then he comes back about 15 minutes later with a blindfold, and then he puts it on her, and she says, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Follow me." And then he leads her by the hand to this um, VIP room of the restaurant. He takes the blindfold off. She looks around, and there are balloons, and there are tables, and there's class of whatever class it is. And she's like, "You did this. How did you know?" He's like, "Well, I didn't know if you would have a prom or not. I was kind of hoping that he was like, I saw in the news that what happened, so I kind of um, got one of our VIP rooms ready in case you stopped by." And she's like, "Oh, this is so great. Thank you so much." And then she hugs him, and then he goes over to the stereo, and then puts on "Only You Can Make All This you, only you, only you. You change me for the spirit. You are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the magic that you do. You're my dream come true. My one and only. And they're dancing at this time. And then when the song ends, she's like, "This has been the best prom night ever." And he kisses her, and he's like, "Well, it's about to get better." And he kisses her, and then till that, okay, from that day forward, they spend time together. She stops by every day when the store closed, and they'll bring him around to talk to him, and they talk about music and all that stuff. And then and then one day she's in a meeting with a management team and hears about this contest for songwriters and singers, like a hometown songwriting contest. She rushes to tell Sam about this contest and convinces him um, to try out. So, so he writes a song, and then everything's going well. But when he's writing the song every day, um, she's at the restaurant, and they're deeply falling in love with each other, teen love, and his brothers find out about him trying to enter the contest, and his brothers also one day see her going in to the restaurant, and then they hatch a plan to out them. So on the night of the contest, on the night that he's supposed to sing, the brothers film a video of them together, and everything falls apart because he is like the manager of this restaurant, and she's a huge pop star. So everything blows up on social media. Awesome. Sincerely. Awesome. Sincerely. A few days after the thing on social media, um, after it all blew up, and like he Sam was made to look like a fool, and so was she, and so was Rachel. She made she did a concert, and her and before the concert she stood up to her parents and said, "I don't want to be the pop star anymore. I hate the music that you have me doing. It's not me. I want to be myself." And And Sam taught me that it was okay. I'm going out there, I'm being myself, I'm going out there with very little makeup and just to be myself. And she goes out there with just her guitar and starts to sing. the song that Sam wrote, and like it was really well received. And she tells what happened, how Sam and her were singing together, and how she really loves him, and the whole audience was like, woohoo! And she calls because he's there. He's there. Her her limo driver Stacy saw him walking and like drove him there, so she called him up on stage. Uh, and they sing another song that they wrote together um, as a duet, and the crowd is like, "Woo! Go Sam and Rachel!" And the brothers will look like a complete idiot because now Sam and Rachel are on tour together, um, do, being themselves and in a loving relationship and all happy, and at the end the brothers and the stepfather are now doing the restaurant and hating it, and that's the end of this story. Thanks. I have to say sorry for all the noise in the background. I hope you got the story. It was loud enough, but I think at the time I was recording it, there was um, construction going on outside or something. Uh, but I hope you got the story. It's so sweet. And I was saying, this is something for the Disney Channel. Oh well, maybe one day. Um, so I hope you enjoyed Storytime Sunday 33. I really enjoyed it. Because at the time, at the beginning, I remember I made a mistake. I said um, her, her mom's brother, but I meant stepfather and stepbrothers. Anyway, I corrected it through the story, but I just wanted to correct it again. It was the stepfather and stepbrothers. Um, so, have a good day. See you next Sunday for Storytime Sunday 34. Could you believe it, guys? It's almost 45 more stories, and it will be four 40 stories, six more stories, and it will be 40 stories that I have done for Storytime Sunday. Through it all, I've just stuck with it. And I don't get many views on this thing, but on the Storytime Sunday thing. But if you really want to, please share it. Please share it. Please like it. Please subscribe. And hopefully one day we can get people loving these stories. What I plan to do with them one day is basically turn them all into movies, because movies is where I want to go. And where I feel the Lord is leading me to go. So I pray that one day the Lord will open up the way so that I can get writers to turn these stories into movies one at a time. And a lot of the stories now, some of them have more detail than others, but a lot of them don't have as much detail. But it's enough for writers to take and fill in the gaps. So I hope to actually create a publishing company, create a movie production company called uh, God Winks, which basically means God Ideas, um, and get writers, uh, teams at a time or one at a time, to write scripts based on these stories, um, and get actors to act it out and just film it as movies. And um, God's got several plans for me. So that's what I hope to do with these stories. I figured out something by myself. I love to preach, absolutely love to preach, but I'm a better storyteller than I am preacher. And although I will do sermons, fictional stories are where my heart's at. So I hope you enjoy these stories, share them, go through the playlist, read them, not read them, but listen to them. Most of them are live, some of them are recorded. And if there are ideas, if you're well, I don't take ideas because of legal reasons, but if you're going through an issue and you would like me to do a story around it, I can do that too. Just let me know. Bye. Because I love to help people, and storytelling is a way that I can form through fiction. I can bring it onto the page. Um, and although I don't take stories that are already done for legal reasons, I will um, um, I will be happy to form what you're going through into a fictional story, so that it can help other people. So have a good day, guys. Thank you. Join me next week for Storytime Sunday 34. Thanks. Bye.